Hello, I'm Dango Rose. Welcome to the Mountaineer Podcast, where everybody's listening. The Mountaineer brings you the latest news of the Peak to Peak region, in print, online, through our podcast, social media, and special publications. Now, listen in to the latest news of the area with our local journalists.
In the beginning, God created man, then girl, she created the band. Took those boys from Liverpool, put their faces round a room.
60 years have come and passed. Now I've got to deal with Chattergate, keep something that was never theirs. Those Mercy boys with the mop top hair.
So let me educate you, let me teach you something. Little boy, sit down, you're not listening. You think that you get it better than I can, but I think it's really you who doesn't understand. So do I need to speak slow and hold your hand?
The song that you are currently listening to is called Lennon, and it's the latest single release from the trio Children of Divorce, led by Finn O'Sullivan, Genevieve Lieben, and Katie Yeager. The single is now out wherever you get your music, along with their debut single, The Audacity. Be sure to stream those singles along with solo releases from all three of the members wherever you get your music. To learn more about the group, be sure to head to @ChildrenOfDivorceMusic on Instagram.
Think my songs are too cute. You think I've got an attitude. You say I sing too much about love. You wish that I do what you want.
Well, I don't need your underground band, your God complex, your wandering head, your Freudian bullshit condescension. I never wanted your attention.
Let me educate you, let me teach you something. Little boy, sit down, you're not listening. Think that you get it better than I can, but I think it's really you who doesn't understand. Do I need to speak slow and hold your hand? You say not.
Hello there, everybody. My name is Jamie Lammers, and welcome to the Mountaineer Podcast, where today I'm bringing you a special segment brought to you by our correspondent, Maryann Rosen. If you're interested in getting news from Peak to Peak, then be sure to head to the mtnear.com and click on the subscribe button in the top right corner of our homepage. From there, you'll get full access to our digital archives and scanned copies of the physical newspaper. And you can choose to send a physical subscription to your mailbox or to the mailbox of someone that you love. If you're interested in being involved in the paper and or the podcast in any way, shape, or form, then be sure to reach out to our editor-in-chief, Barbara Hardt, at info@themountaineer.com or myself at media@themountaineer.com, and we'll get something sorted for you. If you're interested in advertising for the paper or podcast, then be sure to head to the mtnear.com/advertise to learn more about the options that are available. And finally, here's our top story today, brought to you by Brittany Wagner.
Our top story today comes from Mindy Leary. Netherland cheers for compost. The crew at the Netherland transfer station had a little extra pep in their step Wednesday afternoon, and for good reason. After years of planning, they officially launched their new in-vessel composting machine, affectionately dubbed Oscar. With a ribbon cutting and a demonstration, the event marked a major milestone for Boulder County's zero waste efforts and the Netherland community's push towards a circular local economy. You can read the full story in this week's Mountaineer or at themountaineer.com.
Thank you, Brittany, for bringing us our top story. And now, let's get into our regular segment from Maryann Rosen.
This is the Mountain Ear Podcast, and I'm Maryann Rosen, bringing you history, lore, or stories from or about the mountains you live in. In this edition of the podcast stories underscoring towns of the Peak to Peak area, we are shining a spotlight on Central City and Black Hawk. Huddled adjacent to each other in Gilpin County, Central City and Black Hawk are historic mining towns nestled in the heart of the Front Range of the magnificent Rocky Mountains. The towns are an approximately 39-mile scenic drive west of Denver and 35 miles southwest of Boulder. The two cities make up the Central City Black Hawk Historic District, a National Historic Landmark region. For a time, the area was known as the richest square mile on Earth, with Central City also being the largest urban area in the Colorado Territory in the 1870s. In 1859, John H. Gregory discovered a rich deposit of gold in hard rock. It was the first such discovery in the Rocky Mountain region. Thousands of miners flooded into Gregory Gulch in the next few months. Several mining camps were thrown up near the Gregory Lode, and these camps eventually coalesced into Central City and Black Hawk. By the time the Territory of Colorado was formed on February 28, 1861, Central City was the largest city in Colorado, though Denver was made the capital. Central City and Black Hawk had a population of 3,000 at their height. The area was settled on the basis of placer miners' claims, although these placer mines played out quickly when underground mining became dominant. Between 1859 and 1893, Gilpin County produced more gold than any other area in the American West. The mines played out by the end of the 19th century, and population of the area crashed in the years before World War I, when mining completely ended. The population has never returned. In the 1990s, casinos were developed in both Central City and Black Hawk, and both cities have since seen a resurgence in attention, funds, and tourism. Black Hawk is a picturesque mountain city with around 128 full-time residents. The city, though, generates over 85% of Colorado's gaming revenue. The town was founded in June of 1860 by William L. Lee, Dr. Frederick H. Judd, and Milo Lee. Black Hawk was incorporated on March 11, 1864, which established the area as the second incorporated city in the territory of Colorado. The city became the milling center for the gold ore mined throughout the region, and Black Hawk connected with Denver in 1872. Although neighboring town Central City was sometimes seen as the wealthier and more prominent of the two, the same things that made Black Hawk a good mill town, flat land, and an easier access to Denver, made Black Hawk a good casino town. The city has shown a can-do Western attitude that has allowed Black Hawk to seize opportunities and drive economic growth beyond the boom-bust cycles of gold strikes, coal mining, and stamp milling. Today, Black Hawk offers a mix of gaming, history, and outdoor activities. With approximately 15 casinos, the city is a major gaming destination. However, that is not all that attracts people to Black Hawk. One can explore the well-preserved architecture and learn about the area's gold rush history. Take a tour and learn about mining at the Heidi Gold Mine. Dining options from casual to fine dining and shopping at many unique shops and boutiques is abundant. Discover remnants of gold mining towns at nearby ghost towns such as Nevadaville, Apex, and Russell Gulch. If outdoor activities are more to your liking, enjoy breathtaking views along the Peak-to-Peak Highway and the Mount Evans Scenic Byway. Hike, bike, fish, and enjoy the 12,000 acres of natural beauty at Golden Gate Canyon State Park. Also enjoy other wilderness and open spaces in the area. We will now be heading over to Central City after this short break.
And now, some promotional announcements. brought to you by the Mountaineer.
Looking for a unique advertising opportunity? The Mountaineer podcast may be a perfect fit for you. Our podcast reaches local listeners at least 3 days each week. We can create your podcast commercial for you, or you can submit your own. Contact Amanda McDonald for additional information. Her email is adsales@themountaineer.com, and her cell is 720-960-2900. Have you checked out the Mountaineer YouTube lately? We are very excited to have a videographer intern this spring, as well as Clementine Miller, who's been working hard to record some of our local events and meetings to share with you. Go check it out on the Mountaineer YouTube. Have you seen our 2024 Peak to Peak Visitors Guide? We have just launched our 2025 Media Kit for the next guide. Go to our website and click on Advertise to see the full media kit there. Spring is springing, and we all know that means the flowers will be popping out all over the place, reminding us of beautiful art. That also means it's time to start thinking about the 2025 studio tour. Go to our website and click on special sections to view the 2024 guide and prepare yourself for this year's edition.
We are back and making our way to Central City. Perched in the Front Range Mountains, Central City is a quintessential Victorian Colorado town that looks like it came from a storybook. In fact, in real life, the city has many stories to tell. Some compelling, some funny, all intriguing and reminiscent of eras long gone. Its past weaves through the Gold Rush era, to the turn of the century, the Roaring Twenties, to Prohibition, a place where paranormal activities continue to thrive in quaint buildings and many centuries-old cemeteries, just waiting for visitors to go imagining. Central City was known for more than just its booming gold and silver mines. It was known also as a significant cultural center. The city has many of its original buildings, architecture, gold mines, and Old West cemeteries. History buffs and mining enthusiasts will find a lot to do. The Coeur d'Alene mine, panning for gold, the Opera House, Teller House, and the legendary Face on the Ballroom Floor are just a few on the list of attractions. The Central City Opera House, highlighted in past podcast stories, provided a cultural foundation for the town. The Teller House, built in 1872, was once dubbed the best hotel between the Mississippi and California. The hotel welcomed President Ulysses S. Grant and many other notables. Much of its original decor and opulent furnishings are still intact. After statehood in 1876, the state's economy diversified. Denver became the capital, and it eclipsed other towns. Central City, however, retained its importance, and in fact it experienced its height of wealth and population in 1900. The 1930s saw the return of Central City's cultural prominence. Tourism began supporting restaurants, hotels, and transportation jobs, setting a trend that continues today. Most residents work in the tourism and gaming industry. Visitors to Central City can visit museums, casinos, art galleries like the Gilpin Arts Association Gallery, where one can see more than 1,000 pieces of original artwork in varying mediums. One can also explore antique stores, unique retail shops, the Coeur d'Alene mine, and of course attend an opera. You can also try one of the many dining options. Outdoor enthusiasts can enjoy hiking, biking, and fishing in the surrounding trails and mountains and open spaces in the area. Perhaps you will be lucky enough to be in the area for one of its many events, such as Madame Lubunch Day. Central City also has 8 cemeteries, many encompassed within the Central City Cemetery. With its outstanding view of the city, the cemetery was created shortly after gold brought a rush of miners into the area in the early 1860s. With mining comes injury and death, and many original miners and their families are buried here. Ghosts and spirits abound, and it has been said by many that the Central City Cemetery has the best full-day hike near Denver, especially in the fall. The hike provides outstanding views of the surrounding nature and beauty. One can also relax in the area at one of its several breweries. Central City continues to blend its rich history with modern attractions, offering a unique experience for visitors. We will end this story noting a few persons in the region's history. Ann Evans, Ida McFarlane, and Edna Chappell were instrumental in the restoration of the Central City Opera House. Prominent Colorado pioneers and theater personalities from or who have played at the Opera House include Horace Tabor, Buffalo Bill, Beverly Sills, and Lillian Gish. Central City's Clara Brown was a former enslaved woman who became a community leader and philanthropist and was known as the Angel of the Rockies. Nathaniel Hill was a Brown University chemistry professor who became a smelter magnate and later served as a U.S. Senator. Then there is William Byers, the founder of the Rocky Mountain News. Central City and Blackhawk are great places to visit in this beautiful area, combining history and entertainment. To find out more about the region and events, check out the area's own Mountaineer newspaper in print or online, and also be on the lookout for our next featured towns of the Peak to Peak. Listen in next time to the Mountain Ear Podcast for more mountain history, lore, or stories. I'm Maryann Rosen. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Maryann, for bringing us another great segment. Maryann will be back very soon with another segment, and I'll be back very soon with another episode of the Mountaineer Podcast. In the meantime, if you want to share this episode or others around with whoever you see fit, then be sure to head to the mtnear.com and scroll near to the bottom of our homepage, or head to our podcast's main hub at the mtnearpodcast.buzzsprout.com to see a full archive of all of our episodes. Again, if you're interested in being involved in the paper or podcast in any way, including advertising, then be sure to reach out to info@themountaineer.com or media@themountaineer.com. And finally, along with all of our most important links being available in each individual podcast episode description, our Facebook, our Instagram, our YouTube, and our events calendar where you can submit upcoming events for your venues, you can also access our most important pages on the top right side of our homepage. I'll see you guys very soon with the next episode of the Mountaineer Podcast. Have a great rest of your day.
Chica, chica, chica,
song that you are currently listening to is called Determination, and it's the latest single release from Selassie Atiasi with his group Selassie and the Fafa Family. You can stream this single along with other albums from Selassie and the Fafa Family wherever you get your music. To learn more about Selassie Atiasi and his musical efforts, be sure to head to his website at SELASEE music.com.
There was a time when I had no control over myself. 'Cause my life was in the hands of someone else. Someone to make the decision. Will I be free like the eagle in the sky? Or be confined in a little space with no light? But with the power of my inspiration and the strength of my determination, I broke the walls and the sun came shining through. Rat-ta-ta-da-da, rat-ta-ta-da-da. See it? Broke the walls and the sun came shining through. My determination, my strength, my inspiration. It's impossible, when things feel impossible. My determination, my strength, my inspiration.
And that's it for our show. Subscribe online to get more access to more news, weekly updates to our community calendar, and a link to our YouTube channel by visiting themountaineer.com. Be sure to use the coupon code PODCAST when subscribing for a 10% discount, only available to our listeners. If you are in the local Peak to Peak area, be sure to pick up a print edition of The Mountaineer at a local business. I'm Dango Rose. Thank you for listening.